change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now.
Welcome to today's video. So things are a bit different just now, aren't they? Plans are changing. In fact, plans are being cancelled. In fact, I'd go as far to say as there are no plans. Yesterday, we should have been on a flight, landed in Mallorca. We would have unpacked the bike. We would have probably gone down the waterfront, got a coffee, maybe got an ice cream, and just generally started to acclimatise to the nice warm weather. Today we probably would have done a little spin up to the lighthouse, or maybe down to Alcudia. Who knows? But obviously we should have been there for the 312, which was originally due to take place tomorrow. That's now been postponed to October. Whether it goes ahead, who knows? Obviously, some races in the UK all cancelled. Racing on the international scene all cancelled. Lots of pro riders coming into the virtual world. You've seen Ineos on Zwift. Got the Tour de Flanders, or a virtual Tour de Flanders, which took place on the PDQ system. And Spanish riders taking part virtual 312, the 312 Balcon edition. I'll stick a little link to what they're doing down below. They're on the big ring VR system. They're doing some rides round about Mallorca tomorrow. The Tour de France, it's been moved to the end of the year. The UCI's released a new calendar. Is it going to go ahead? You know, we're cramming in essentially almost a season's worth of races into the back end of what would have been the season. Is that going to happen? Is it realistic? Will social distancing be relaxed enough to allow those events to take place? Will there be international travel? Obviously things are changing. The landscape has completely shifted. Cycling as we know it, life in fact as we know it, is completely different. And all reports suggest it's going to stay that way for quite some time. But you know what? The main thing is we've just got to stay focused. We've got to stay positive. Yeah, we should have been in Mallorca today, and you know it's disappointing that that's not happening. When Facebook pops up a little memory to say 1 year ago today, and you look at it and you think, ugh. So next year's memory is going to be completely different. But anyway, we got out on a ride today. It wasn't quite Mallorca. I'll be honest, we were in our full thermals because it was about 5 degrees when we set off this morning. Admittedly, it was about 12 when we got home, so we were starting to warm up a little bit by then. But yeah, you've got to just take the positives. You've got to do what you can do. I mean, how is this all affecting you? Drop me a comment down below. What does the landscape look like for you at the moment? One thing which I have noticed, and I think is fantastic, and I just see a perfect example just go past the window there. The amount of families that are out on their bikes just now. The amount of young children that are out on their bikes just now. It's great. I love seeing that. That's an absolute positive which has come out of this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. On the one hand, it's probably because cooped up indoors all day, let's go out as a family. We've got the time to do that because we're not working, we're not at school, so let's go out. But on the other hand, it's also has to be because there's a lot less traffic. I mean, I know myself, I've taken my kids out on their bikes and we've gone a little bit further afield than what we normally would. Now, we haven't gone on the roads because, well, they're not old enough yet. But certainly with my eldest, I would go out on the road just now. Whether or not she wants to, because, you know, normally she wouldn't cycle on the roads, but there is definitely a lot less traffic. The air feels a lot cleaner. Let's hope that something good in terms of the cycling infrastructure can come out of all this chaos that's going on just now, because it would be fantastic to see, certainly in the UK, families continue to use their bikes, key workers using their bikes to get to work instead of public transport or instead of their own transport. It's fantastic to see, and I hope that continues. In your part of the world, what's it like? Drop me comments down below, let me know how things have changed, how things have been affected because of the whole COVID-19 pandemic. But yeah, as I say, things have changed. We've got the race bike, which of course isn't seeing any racing. We are, we're going out on that with the kids and just doing a little spin, where, to be fair, we're mostly just freewheeling. We're going out and doing little rides when we can, when we're allowed, and to be fair, we're almost up to about 1,000 kilometres on that bike. So of course, going back to the original first impressions, link up here, for the new Carbon Hunt 36 carbon spoked wheels. Almost on 1,000 kilometres now, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, the first impressions were exactly as the impression is now. These wheels are phenomenal. They're super fast, super light, very, very quick to get up to speed. Power transfer when you want to kick. Even if you're at full speed and you want to kick again, that power's there. They're so light, so going up hills is a dream. So yeah, those Carbon Hunt wheels, massive thumbs up. Things that have changed, last year's race bike is now on the trainer, and it's on the trainer permanently. And the amount of miles, the amount of kilometres that we're doing just now is crazy. So much so that we thought we'd treat ourselves. And, well, actually, no, we didn't treat ourselves. It was already sitting there ready and waiting. But we stuck a new chain on the other day, and it's amazing. The smoothness, the efficiency when you change from a chain, which is, it wasn't completely worn, but it was getting that way, onto a brand new chain. That's all you need to do. Nice and smooth, super fast. There's obviously a watt saving in there. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Loved that. But these are the things that you've got to focus on, all the little positives that's happening around you just now. It's a very strange time. And one thing which I have seen some reports of, and to be fair, I'm probably falling into the trap myself, overtraining. You're in the house all day. It's so easy just to jump on Zwift. And people have said it before, I've said it many times before as well. You jump on Zwift, it's so hard to not go hard. You've got targets in front of you, you've got times coming up, you've got other riders around you, and it's just, the nature of the beast is one that you become competitive. It's very, very easy to overtrain and to overstretch, and certainly at the moment, I'm doing 2 races a week. Started off as 1 race a week, then as lockdown continued, I think we're in week 5 now, or week 6. That went up to 2, and then went up to 3, and then certainly even just this week we did 2 races in the same day. It's just because it's there all the time. It's a substitute for not being able to get outdoors, because when we do go outdoors, invariably it's to get the kids some exercise as well. So we're not going out on big long training rides. We're certainly not going out to race because there isn't any racing. So yeah, times are changing. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens on the back end of this. Obviously, looking at all of the reports and the briefings, it looks like the landscape has changed for a considerable amount of time. May well be into next year that there are social distancing measures in place, and certainly looking at what they're talking about in Scotland for the rest of this year, for sure there'll be no mass events. I think that means that racing is off for the rest of the year, and I'd be surprised if the scientific data is saying such in Scotland that the rest of the UK is not going to be saying the same message in a couple of days. So I think British Cycling are probably going to be coming out with announcements soon to say 2020 is done and it's not coming back. And that's obviously disappointing. It's a shame, but it is what it is. We've got to stay focused. We've got to look after each other, look after ourselves, look after the rest of the country, and protect each other. So if it means that we've got to suffer a little bit, then I never imagined that I would ever be living in a time where I can't go out the house to go and visit friends, or my partner, more importantly. I wouldn't be taking my kids to school every day, and but got to get on. We've got to do the best we can, and at the end of this, we'll come out of it. We'll obviously come out with a different type of normal, but yeah. Anyway, that's enough rambling. As I said earlier, we did manage to get out on a little ride today, and hopefully we're going to do a ride tomorrow. Not sure if it's going to be a full 3-1-2 ride. There are some ideas panning about in the head. Maybe we go out early, we do a ride in the morning, jump on Zwift, do some more riding, then maybe break the rules and go out for a second ride. We can't do all day riding because we've got some work to do as well. But yeah, we got out today, and yeah, let's have a look at some of the little shots that we took. Just, you know, out enjoying yourself. Metrics were being recorded on the watch, which means that we can't see them while we're doing them. So I think that was actually quite a nice thing to do. For whatever reason, the heart rate wasn't connecting up to the Garmin, so we didn't take the Garmin. We used the watch, and we weren't looking at anything while we were riding other than what's around us. And it was really nice to sort of, although we were recording, it was nice to feel like we were unplugged and just enjoying nature and just witnessing the beauty around us. But yeah, that's going to be it. Short and sweet little video today. Hopefully there'll be more to come. I changed the schedule up, obviously, with the live streams. If you haven't already jumped on the live streams, then links down here: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Get yourself liking, subscribing, following, so you get notified when they go live. We thought with doing them, we would jump down to doing one vlog a week, and so far it's proved to be quite difficult actually, because we're not really doing much. We can't get out to go for a ride. If we are out for a ride, it's just with the kids, and you know, we're essentially just going round the house. There's not really much to see, not really much to talk about, and yeah, obviously that's had an impact on the vlogs. Fingers crossed, we're hoping to get that momentum going again, because I can't get outside with a drone. Well, I could, but I'd feel quite guilty doing something like that, because you know, we're being asked to stay indoors for a reason. So going out with a drone is not something that we should be doing. We can't get out with a camera, even just to do still photography. Yeah, so it's a difficult situation. But fingers crossed, more vlogs to come. But that's going to be it for today's. So as ever, if you've liked it, drop me a thumbs up. I always appreciate the support. Hit the like button, smash it, tickle it. Share the video, spread the love. Subscribe to those channels, like and follow on Facebook, on Twitch. Look after each other. Keep those hands clean, and be kind. Ride on. See you soon. Zoom.